is my surprise for you guys.
Today's destination is Florida. Radio's gone. Phones won't work out here. We have to walk.
Come on. The hell is this? This must be what's making me go crazy. We gotta get out of here.
The Bayou director swore this scene was cut, but we found it. What does it reveal about the ending? You won't believe your eyes. The film begins on a small, deserted island where a group of mafias has been hiding their drug operation. The police, having gotten wind of the illegal activity, are on their way to the island. In a rush to escape, the mafias throw all their drugs into the river. Unbeknownst to them, this act sets off a horrifying chain of events. The drugs begin to contaminate the river, causing the island's crocodiles to mutate into monstrous creatures. From that moment on, a reign of terror begins on the island of Bayou, where crocodiles start attacking people regularly and even move inland, far from the river, in search of prey. Among them, the most feared is a crocodile with a distinctive black mark on its face. Considered their queen, but the story then shifts to the main character, Kale, who is attending a biology class where the teacher is discussing crocodile behavior and hunting patterns. We learn that Kale is mourning the recent death of her brother, who had been her only support. His final wish was for his ashes to be scattered in the river of an island, unaware of the monstrous threat lurking there. Determined to honor his wish, Kale discusses the plan with her friend, and they decide to travel to Bayou, unaware of the danger. Her friend invites 2 more friends to join them, which makes Kale uneasy. Their journey begins smoothly, but halfway through the trip, Kale learns that they will have to continue their journey via a private plane. While at a general store, Kale notices a local newspaper headline warning about the crocodile danger. An old man cryptically warns her to stay away from the one with a black mark on its face, but Kale brushes it off. At the airport, the pilot mentions that the plane has some issues but hopes for a smooth trip on board. A businessman keeps talking on the phone, annoying others and putting everyone at risk. When an old man tries to grab his phone, turbulence hits and emergency alarms go off, indicating a malfunction. Before anyone can react, the plane crashes into a river. Miraculously, all survive except one old man. They reach an unknown island where one of the girls has a badly injured arm. The pilot notices the co-pilot is missing and dives into the river to find him, only to witness a massive crocodile devour half of the co-pilot's body. The pilot barely escapes, traumatized, thus shaken. The group tries to make sense of the horrific event. Meanwhile, one of Kale's friends discovers crocodile eggs and secretly hides them in her bag, tempted by their high market value. The pilot then explains how the crocodiles have become more aggressive over the years. Where they once hunted only when hungry, they now kill at sight. As a biologist, Kale takes charge, telling the group they must reach a safe spot before nightfall, as the darkness makes the crocodiles even more dangerous, while most of the group follows Kale's lead. One girl resents her leadership and refuses to cooperate. As they rest, Kale asks them to light a fire to keep wild animals away and take turns guarding the camp. Late at night, the greedy businessman sneaks away to find a cell signal and is brutally attacked by a hidden crocodile. His lifeless body is found in the morning, and strangely, the crocodile didn't eat him, indicating that the creatures are driven by rage, not hungered soon after. Kale spots a cabin nearby and leads everyone there to regroup and plan. Just as they approach, Kale halts the group, spotting 3 crocodiles nearby. She urges them to back away quietly, but the rebellious girl ignores her, provoking a deadly attack. The crocodiles kill her and begin chasing the others. The group runs to the cabin, barely managing to drag the injured girl inside and shut the door before the monsters break in. The injured girl is in urgent need of medical help, but leaving before sunrise would be suicide. The next morning, a boy wakes Kale with news. He has found a map in the cabin that shows a nearby building with equipment to call for help. Kale decides they must go. However, one of her friends lashes out, blaming Kale for her brother's death and insisting she's unfit to lead. Kale is heartbroken, but the pilot scolds the friend and calls for a vote. Most support Kale, and the group prepares to leave. Before departing, Kale instructs them on how to defend themselves. If attacked, force something into the crocodile's mouth to cause pain and avoid being dragged underwater. As survival is unlikely below the surface, they craft weapons and build a raft across the crocodile-infested river. Kale assures them the crocodiles are likely deep underwater due to the heat. However, her friend kills a crocodile approaching the raft, drawing more angry beasts. The group rushes onto the raft as the crocodiles swarm. One of them, the injured girl, realizes the raft won't survive the assault. In a heartbreaking moment, she sacrifices herself by jumping into the river to lure the crocodiles away. Her husband is devastated, but is stopped from jumping in after her. The group reaches the building with only 5 survivors. Inside, they find it filled with drugs. It's the same place from the start of the movie, where the mafia dumped the drugs that mutated the crocodiles. The pilot warns them to be cautious, but the disobedient girl once again storms ahead. The pilot follows and confronts her, accusing her of selfishness and saying people like her should die first. In a heated moment, he pushes her from a height. She hangs from the ledge, begging for help. The pilot regrets his action and tries to pull her up, but a crocodile appears and drags him away. The traumatized girl confesses everything to the others and apologizes. The group now realizes the building is full of crocodiles addicted to drugs. They see a radio in a room across the way and try to reach it quietly. However, the boy who had found the map stepped on an egg, alerting the crocodiles. He's dragged underwater and killed. The remaining 4 lock themselves in the radio room. Kale manages to send a distress message, but the radio breaks down before a reply arrives. That desperate, they decide to flee. As soon as they step outside, they face the queen crocodile, the one with the black mark. Kale remembers the old man's warning. The queen stares them down, and Kale's friend realizes it's after her because of the stolen eggs. She places the eggs down, but the queen isn't pacified and instead grabs her, slamming her against a wall. Kale fires a gun at the creature, only enraging it further. The remaining group flees, carrying the injured friend. The queen crocodile charges at Kale, but she cleverly stabs it in the eye with a sharp object, causing it to thrash in pain. Fueled by grief over the deaths of her friends and brother, Kale sets the entire building on fire, incinerating the crocodiles inside. Though the group escapes the burning building, they're still uncertain if they'll survive. Just as hope fades, a rescue helicopter arrives, drawn by the earlier distress message. The 4 remaining survivors are finally rescued. In the final scenes, we see Kale weeks later. She's much stronger emotionally and physically. She visits a new island, reflecting on her brother's memory, finally at peace, but forever changed by the horror she endured. Still confused about the ending? Don't worry, even the actors were. Let's argue about it below, and hit subscribe for more chaos. Enjoy more movies, be subscribed.